do remember, Kirk, is that we are on episode number 30.
The big 3-0. The big 3-0. Yeah, we're going to settling down and start to spit out kids. That's what this podcast is going to do next.
Well, no, probably not yet. But
no, all right.
I already have enough.
we got our hands full with this one, because we all work, we all do our own thing, and we do a podcast. So maybe if we had more time, but
all right. If our podcast meets another podcast and it lines up, it may still happen.
We're not out of the ballpark yet. Let's just put it that way.
I like that. Can I just skip I'm going to go straight to like grandpa, just because that seems more fun. It seems like it cuts down a lot of stress.
Well, plus you can fart and nobody will second guess it.
Right. You fart, you give them $5 and you're a champ. I don't think you get to get, as a dad, I think you had to do more than that.
Yep. Pretty much.
I mean, it turned out in hindsight, it was just a local that was wandering around some dude's private property, but it was still that little tweet, that mistweet from one reporter rippled out and caused just massive chaos. Like, there were people trying to call out the reporter, and then there were people that were supporting the reporter, just attacking the people calling him out on his misinformation. It was just crazy.
They're gonna end up catching. Here's the thing: it's gonna be a show, and they're gonna find the guy, and then they're gonna have people text whether he should be executed or not. It's gonna be like American Idol, but a little different, more intense.
Well,
that's my prediction.
I'd watch that show. Anyway,
you are watching that show.
Here's the thing, John. So I'm glad you brought that up, because that kind of swings into my stance of maybe the problem is having this much access to the information can be detrimental to everything, because
absolutely.
Theoretically, the police work that these people are doing should not. Why do we need to know? The whole reason that information came out was because somebody wanted to update somebody on something that's going on with this case. Well, why not just keep that information to yourself until it's no longer relevant? Well, that's because everybody needs to know right now. They don't want to wait. They don't want to do their due diligence first. They just want to post a tweet and
get the clout.
If you're the first,
yeah,
you're the best.
They want the clout. That's part of it, is that they are clout chasing. That's why you have so many of these ridiculous psychics popping up being like, "Oh, I spoke to him and he's definitely dead." It's like, what?
See, this is why people should watch sports. Now, hear me out. This is the same level of just overanalyzing, digging into something, overthinking, being critical, as sports fans. But it's like people that don't like sports now are just doing the same analyzing to what's happening. And another theory just popped in my head. I think there's some crossover. Crazy sports fan, crazy news media, BuzzFeed addicted Twitter junkie who just that's their life.
And and it's hard to say for certain if it was. There's this whole thing of, these people are still acting like complete and utter assholes, despite the fact everyone has a camera and they're recording them. It's like, if anything, that makes me not want to even, talk in public.
Right. If everybody's policing everybody, and if you have one bad day, you have one misstep or misspeak, and then you're
blasted,
getting taken down. Yeah, it doesn't make. And once again, if you fear people, guess what? You don't like things you fear. So it's like people don't like people.
Now the beauty of all of.
Yeah, come on, back me up. Can I get an amen, Chris, as the people against people party?
Oh, you already know I don't like anybody, so
And I think it's like if you have a job where you have to deal with the public and you have to be pleasant, it's just all of your pleasant energy is just spent. So you're just done. If as soon as I'm off the clock, I'm not getting paid for it. I'm just not going to be pleasant.
Yeah, I got no more pleasantness to give. That is, yes.
I burned through it. I I got nothing left in the tank.
I've been looking at it too, and I'm just as much of a, cold case. I look at those things all the time. I think they're, they work your brain a little bit, like Kirk said, a little bit of a brain cleanser, like a sorbet. But the whole thing
you
is
said sorbet. I wasn't expecting that. You went French. Does it feel weird? We had ice cream cake, not sorbet. All right.
So, sorbet. How's that?
There you go. Now we're talking. That's the Chris I know.
But no, the whole thing it's wildly interesting because everybody's going to have a different perspective on it. And I joked earlier that Dog the Bounty Hunter was on the case, and it's going to get solved. Well, I have a fixed interest in Dog the Bounty Hunter because I used to watch Dog the Bounty Hunter every week, and being that he lives in Colorado Springs and used to work for,
you had a local connection. Hometown guy made good.
You know how many times I drove by Bobby Brown's bail bonds where he worked for?
Yeah.
And not the Bobby Brown with the prerogative. Not that Bobby Brown. Different Bobby Brown. Okay.
No, but he did have gold chains. Yeah.
Okay. Whitney Houston dated him briefly, but she was just confused. It was the wrong one.
Wrong phone number in a phone book. Yeah.
Oops. Yeah, wait, is this the wrong guy? It took her 2 weeks because she was on the crack. But anyway, back to what we were talking about.
So, I have a fairly vested interest in Dog the Bounty Hunter because I like Doug. Like I said, I used to watch him every week, and I enjoyed his show. So I'm a little stoked that he's involved, even if it's for the wrong reason or whatever it may be. He could be filming a show, and this is just a publicity thing, whatever it is.
Promoting his new project coming up.
Yeah, I don't care because it's something that I'm going to be interested in. So I'm not against this whole thing. I just think that it's a slippery slope as to who is saying what and how it's perceived. And so if you could potentially keep some information that people don't need to know. Now, I know there's a lot that the police aren't saying, and they know more than we.
Oh, absolutely.
They know a lot more than we know.
They got classifieds. They're keeping stuff under wraps close to the vest.
But my whole thing is, you don't need to tweet out 10 minutes after you found out that Brian Laundrie ate a cheeseburger. I don't need to know that 10 minutes after he did it. I'm just, it seems like things could be quelled a little bit and people could still enjoy the thrill that they're getting from this case, whatever it may be. We just need to tone it down.
Well, just bring it back. Go ahead, John. Go, John.
Oh, no. What I was going to say is he kind of brings up a point that kind of succincts Twitter in a way. It's an auditorium where everyone can be, and if there's something that pops up, everyone in that section just starts raising their hand and yelling out their thoughts. I mean, that's what Twitter is.
Right. Without digesting it, without taking time to think, it's just blah. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It is verbal vomit.
And then they go, oh, maybe I should think about it. Maybe it's a little more nuanced. No. It's either this or this. Blah. And and then people go, no, it's not. It's blah. And that's our national debate. That's the way people communicate. Awful.
Yeah.
I really hope that you guys appreciate that I am, I'm usually against almost everything, and I, like most things. So the fact that I'm giving people credit and saying that they're, I'm for them on this one, it took a lot. It took a lot out of me. I don't know if I can finish the show.
You feel exhausted? I'm in new territory. I don't know how to feel.
This is uncharted for me. I need to reflect, I think.
Maybe capitalism isn't the best thing. What? Oh my God, Chris has blown his mind.
I will never say that, Kirk.
All right.
And I think there's just a very huge gap in knowledge as to how easy it is for someone to go missing and not be found. Like, I live next to Cheyenne Mountain. Cheyenne Mountain is within walking distance to me. they are routinely finding skeletal remains up there. Constantly. So much so that they barely ever report it, or if they do find something, it's like, yeah, found more bones. Just because it's so easy to just walk into the mountains and just be gone. Even if your intentions is not to do that, it's still easy to have an accident and end up someplace where no one's going to find you.
Right, so it's not you murdering prostitutes and then sprinkling them in the Cheyenne Mountains. That's what you're saying.
Well, I'm just saying, like, people seem to think that, if someone goes missing, you can find them immediately. It's like,
way to change the subject quick, John.
See, you didn't deny it, so, what are you saying?
I'm going to Reddit and Twitter.
Anyway, no, so go ahead.
But that's just the thing. Like, if I wanted to completely disappear, I would leave my stuff, walk to the mountains, and I guarantee you no one would ever find where I ended up.
What about the paleness? I mean, you think that would catch the eye?
But I mean,
just the beacon. It would be like a shining. It would be like a lighthouse in the middle of the mountain.
We both know you can't handle that much sunlight. So,
but my point remains: anywhere in the U.S., it is easy to go and just not be found. Like the fact that, and that was the thing that was getting to me too, was everyone's like, how can they have not? Why are they searching the same area? That preserve that they were searching was like as big as San Francisco.
Yeah, there's a lot of wilderness.
Yeah,
people, if you've never been out, like if you've only lived in the city, there's a lot of space. So there is an argument for it's hard to find people.
And just like
which I feel like at this point, John, we should have titled this episode "This Guy Did Everything Wrong."
Well, I could have argued exactly that. Like the entire time, I'm like, why?
He should have gone to community college first. You knock out the basics, the core classes of community college, then you go to the university. You save some bucks. Am I right? But this guy, what an asshole!
He's just like,
well, Kirk, I'm assuming you have an off topic since you're the birthday guy. I'm going to let you go first.
All right. Well, thank you for having the honors. The story I read, it was a crypto trading hamster. A hamster trading crypto is making more money than Warren Buffett, Bitcoin, and the S&P 500, which is not a race car race. I found that out. But seriously, like I watched this video. This hamster, there was like 2 cardboard tubes, and one had the word buy over it, and the one other had sell. And then when the hamster would run in the wheel, it was almost like a roulette wheel would spin. And when he would stop, it would stop on a stock. So when the hamster would run on the wheel and then it would stop on, say, Pepsi, and then he'd run through a tube that said buy, he would buy. And that hamster is making more money than smart old guys in suits with glasses who went to college. Like it just like the stock market just seems like a casino. It just seems like such a crapshoot gamble. But the only thing that's different is now all the CEOs trying to, keep up. They're trying to learn from the hamster. They've all had exercise wheels installed in their office, and they're pooping on wood shavings. So they're trying to.
Moral of that story is I need to go buy a hamster.
Apparently, instead of having a Charles Schwab or a financial investor, get a hamster. That's what I'm telling people.
So, John, are you back? Are you with us? Or are you still fighting?
He's seeing what he's listening to he's looking at where the guy is. The guy scratched his nose. So what does that mean? That's what they just.
Dog the Bounty Hunter sent out a tweet.
Dog the Bounty Hunter got fixed, so that's going to be a problem for a lot of. He humped somebody's leg, and then boom, no more Dog the Bounty Hunter.
The much calmer Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Right, he's not going to chew stuff as much, but he's not going to have that spring in his step.
Had to wear a cone for a few days. It was weird.
I saw an old person wearing one of those neck pillows, and I was like, is it just he's trying not to chew out his stitches? Oh, he's trying to sleep. Oh, okay.
We did, as we round out the show here, me and Kirk did get together today, and we recorded a full cut of our intro music for anyone who is interested. John should have that up on YouTube at some point this week. We don't know yet.
What do you think of Thursday?
Nice. Thursday.
I was thinking
it'll drop, right? It'll drop.
Yeah,
that's what they say in the music biz.
Tuesday or Thursday, but Tuesday we should have another question relativity.
Could you put like a hashtag Gabby or something so just people get tricked into listening to it?
Yeah, no, I have more.
Look, I'm for hash browns, not hashtags. Am I right? Let's start a buck out 2024. Hash browns.
Yes, hash browns for life. But we did cut that full song. I thought it turned out pretty good, so it is worth a listen. And we do have the question relativities coming out on Tuesdays, which is fun. John took over last week's animation because I suck at it, and he made it much better than what I could have done. So, check it out.
I was still trying to work with his graphics, so I didn't want to. I was so close to just completely getting rid of all your stuff and reusing some of mine. But I was like, you took the time on it. I was like, I'll just use your stuff and make it work.
Wow. That was a good compliment.
I mean,
your stuff was like, it was like it was like a pile of shit, but I kind of molded it. I almost got rid of the pile of shit, but I worked with it. All right.
Kirk, I don't want to bag on Chris because he's kind of new to all of this.
He's new.
Yeah, but it was like that.
Dude, I thought my drawings were good, so you can suck it.
That's why I was saying I liked your drawings. The animation parts of it, not so much. It made no sense.
You don't make any sense. All right.
Ooh.
Snappy comeback of this century. All right.
The award for the best debate person, not Chris. Okay, go ahead.